Yeah, we're doing this.
It's electric football. It's week 6 in the NFL. We're both fairly drunk, and technical difficulties have knocked us out a couple times. That's
As
why we're
always.
loaded. On the bye are the Raiders, the Cowboys, some name I can't read, and the Bucks. Falcons at Saints. Saints have no defense. Saints kind of suck right now. Falcons, Dan Quinn has made a big difference,
Yep.
changed the entire attitude, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I'm taking the Falcons to win this one.
Drew Brees on the Drew Brees.
I told you we were
Man,
drunk, folks.
I just started. Drew Brees is declining. Falcons are rising. Take the Falcons.
All right. The team from Washington at the Jets going against the Sons of Anarchy. I think the Jets on defense stop what the team from Washington does best on offense.
The Redskins?
I don't know who that is. By the way, the Electric Politics show will be next, and
Yeah.
I'm the Democrat. If you guys want to whip on the Democrat, come right here because I lean left.
Oh.
Anyway, Washington's team of indigenous people against the Sons of Anarchy line. I like the Jets to be able to stop the Redskins' run and force the quarterbacks to win through the air, which I don't think they can do. I'm taking the Jets, and I think the Jets can ground and pound a Washington team.
Yeah, I think that Fitzpatrick is good enough for this team, especially with the running game they have and the defense that they have. Plus, they're on the 1 week bye. I'm taking the home team, the Jets.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 18 Mississippi. Sorry, that's what the Steelers lost last week, but they're going against the Cardinals this week. Steelers, Mike Tomlin, talking about coaching, great gutsy move that a well-established, Super Bowl champion winning coach can do, but a first-year guy couldn't do with the goal line play. Pete Carroll, take some freaking notes. Hey, we've got a great running back, and we're on the inch line. Hand him the damn ball. His knee can land on somebody's arm, and he can be in.
Yep.
Anyway, I like the Cardinals in this one. I think the Steelers got lucky with the Wheaton touchdown, and I think the Cardinals defense will not allow that kind of thing. Give me the Cards.
Yeah, I'm just picking the Cardinals. They're the better team all around. Carson Palmer's playing great ball. Love Le'Veon Bell. I think he's having that game was an incredible performance by him. And the Steelers are a little stronger than the Chargers defense, but the Cardinals are a little stronger than the Chargers defense. I think the Cardinals take this game.
Too many teams that start with C's
You should
here.
have seen the first taping of
We
the
had
show.
a great
It
first
was
show
awesome,
that didn't
and we
go up
lost
on
it.
YouTube.
Stupid
Anyway,
computer.
Chiefs at my Vikes, and I got to tell you, I expressed my man love for Jamal Charles, and down he goes. I'm like the Madden curse. Andy Reid, his time really seems to have passed. He was this close to a Super Bowl championship, but his teams don't seem to play with fire, and I can't really explain that. I think the Vikings will be able to ground and pound it. I think the Chiefs, without their main weapon in Jamal Charles, are a much easier team to play. I like the Vikes at home.
I'd like to watch this game in 1972, not in 2015. I've been kind of riding the Vikes, unlike you this year, but here I'm taking the Chiefs. I just think they have an overall better balance of even without Jamal Charles. They're going to have to run someone else here, and I think that puts a lot of onus on Alex Smith. I think he has a good game, and I think it is the Chiefs.
I don't even know how you say his first name, but Davis is not a bad little backup back. Anyway, and speaking of the
Alex
Vikings,
and B. Davis?
speaking of the Vikings crushing my juvenile soul, it was at least I was too young for the Chiefs game with Hank Stram and we're going to articulate up the field kind of crap. And,
Hey,
Len,
we're going to matriculate.
Len Dawson. Anyway, perhaps the best game of the week is the Bengals at the Bills. And the Bengals, oh my goodness, Andy Dalton coming through in the clutch against a good defense last week.
I feel terrible.
Bills squeaking one out. This is a tough game to call. I've actually been riding the Bucks, and I'm going to ride them a little further. I think that the question at the right now it's Wednesday night. The question at the Bills quarterback position is open. I think the Bengals have an advantage there, and I think the Bengals' run game can be established against a Buffalo defense that is not as good as I expected it to be this year. I'm taking the Bengals.
Just for sheer stupidity, I'm taking the Bills here. Whoever they pick at quarterback really isn't going to make the difference. Their defense is going to pin their ears back and take it out on Andy Dalton. They got to lose sometime. Why not this week?
All right,
Bills.
Chicago at Detroit. Cellar dwellers in the NFC North battling, for at least relevance.
Respectability.
Matthew Stafford, what happened to your career? Honestly,
You've been Orlovski'd.
and you you cannot blame the weapons around you because the weapons are there. There's something seriously wrong in Detroit, and I don't know what it is, but the talent is there, but the passion and the results are not. Chicago, I'd ride Matt Forte till the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple.
Lions can't run, they can't pass, they can't stop anybody.
Until proven otherwise, electric football seems to be going with the Bears. So what do we got? We got Broncos at Browns, and
Who's that Cleveland quarterback?
McHale's Navy. He's actually had a really surprisingly good career. Like, nobody wants to give him the starting job, but when they put him on the field, he just freaking wins.
AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I think we call that Tim.
Figured that.
We call that Tim Tebow. But on the opposite side of the field is a much improved Denver defense. Denver's offense struggling a little bit as Peyton sees the twilight of his career.
Yeah.
But still, he's not going to kill you with mistakes, and he can make a big play again and again with more his brain than his arm. He's got that elongated head, so that helps.
Really?
Helps you have a lot of brain in there when you're
cone head now.
I mean, mine's fairly pencil-like, but his is amazingly pencil-like.
But show movies on
it. Give me the movie screen. Give me the Broncos to win this one.
I'm taking the Broncos strictly on defense. I think their defense is clearly going to take over this game and put the Browns in their rightful place. Take the Broncos.
All right, there are some ugly games this week, and amongst them is Houston at Jaguars. What can you say? Houston hung in there against the Colts, and
Boys.
I was wrong on the Jaguars, and they had suffered a bad loss to Tampa Bay. I don't know what to do with this game. I really don't. Houston has to be regretting every quarterback they ever passed on in the draft. Bortles is developing slowly and doesn't have much talent around him. I'm going to take the Jaguars, simply taking the home team.
Me too. That's my preview. Take the home team.
Okay. Stu.
All right. Let's see how the freshly promoted, dirt-eating caveman like Dan Campbell can inspire these Dolphins to a win. This was a playoff team on paper in August, and now it's fighting for their lives team in freaking October. I'm taking the Dolphins here just because I think they'll win one in an inspired effort that they've not had in 4 years.
Well, before their Philbin was showing, and now they've tucked it away and zipped up.
Yeah.
So that's good. Everybody got all excited because Dan Campbell's running the Oklahoma drill. Oh, they're going to get tough. You're telling me that the Dolphins defenders weren't tough before that? I mean, come on.
They just didn't want to play for this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
And you sign a $100 million contract and then not come play for the guy. Come on.
Ugly game. Maybe Dan Campbell does inspire the defenders to get their butts in the air and get after the quarterback. But I don't see it happening, and I like Mariota. I like what he's shown so far on a fairly talentless team. I think he's having a very solid rookie season. So
Can't argue.
Give me the Titans.
I'm being a homer for once.
All right. We've got Carolina at the Seahawks, and this is a very, very tough game to pick in my mind. Seahawks suffered a late loss, but they do get Marshawn Lynch back. And Lynch seems to be, at least on the offense, sort of the bell cow, sort of the guy that everybody looks to and goes, hey, as soon as you get out of that marijuana haze, tell us what we should do and we'll do it. I'm sorry, Marshawn Lynch appears smoked out to me. I could be wrong. Go ahead, tell me,
That's Steve Brown in case Marshawn watches this and wants to kill someone.
He wants to come all beast mode on me. Love the guy. One of the greatest runs in NFL history. Not going to argue with him. Even enjoyed him on Conan playing Mortal Kombat with Rob Gronkowski, but he's smoked out. I'm just convinced of that.
Okay.
Anyway, Cam Newton playing at an MVP level. Every reason in the world to pick Carolina in this game, but I'm taking the Seahawks at home, 12th man advantage. I think they pull this one out.
I don't see Carolina winning here. Cam's having a great season, except the 1 week I played him in fantasy. Put him in and he sucks. I'll take him out and have a great game here. The question to me is why aren't the Seattle Seahawks using this swamp man tight end that they signed, Jimmy Graham? What are you doing? This guy can catch anything you throw at him, and they don't throw to him. I don't understand it. but the Seahawks defense takes this game over and wins.
Yeah, it's fairly impressive when you're looking at the season fantasy-wise, before the season starts and you go, oh, now that the Seahawks have Graham, oh, and
They
it
got
just,
fooled.
it just doesn't play out.
It's not their offense.
I know, but then why make the move? Why not stick with, who'd you have, Zach Miller? I mean, like, just stick with that if you're not going to throw him the ball. Anyway, Chargers at Green Bay. At Green Bay pretty much sums this one up. The Chargers coming up. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Chargers are coming off a disheartening loss where they couldn't make the goal line stand. Now they have to fly across,
The Continental Divide and
they have to.
Donner Party of 12.
It harkens back to days of yore. I'm sorry.
You didn't see the first video.
Inside joke there. But no, they're coming off a disheartening loss. They're having a bad year. They have to go on the road and play against an elite team with very few injuries other than Jordy Nelson. I don't see how the Chargers get up for this game, and I see the Packers winning this one easy.
Yeah, plus I think this is the game where Eddie Lacy actually breaks out and has a good game. He's been statistically average this year thus far, and it's been all Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to say it again, it's all Aaron Rodgers. I think this is an easy win for Green Bay.
There you go. What was the Caddyshack girl's name? Lacey Underalls?
Lacey Underalls.
That's good.
Eddie Lacy Underalls.
That's good. Every time I hear Eddie Lacy, I think of Caddyshack. I might be
That's
aging
sad.
myself.
I'm sorry.
Ugly games abound, and this one is Baltimore at San Francisco. San Francisco showed a little fight against the Giants, hung in there. Baltimore lost to Cleveland, and I still have trouble figuring out, anyway. I have trouble figuring out Baltimore. I have trouble figuring out what went wrong with them so suddenly. Was it the loss of Haloti? Was it the loss of wide receiver depth? They've got a running game, but that's about it right now.
Flacco's not doing anything this season. He's just having an awful year. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't have weapons. Maybe he needs weapons to be successful and doesn't have them. Steve Smith getting a little older. I don't know.
Not that Kaepernick is exactly having an MVP-like year, but I do like the versatility of Kaepernick. I think he'll be able to get out of the pocket and make some plays. I think they're desperate. I'm taking San Francisco at home.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is the premier game of the week. We've got the Patriots going against the Colts. And, Luck is headed in the right direction, just like he was headed in the right direction last week. So I don't know what that means on a Wednesday night. I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. There's starting to be a little whispering like, hey, this Matt Hasselbeck, where'd he come from?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Want to trade Luck and get a defense?
We're pretty efficient with him. Defense would help the Colts immensely, and would have helped the Colts immensely for about the last decade.
Yeah.
Other than Dwight Freeney, name a Colts Bob Sanders, name a Colts defender that was worth a Pat Anger.
Wasn't he the kicker?
Anyway, Patriots did suffer an injury with Nate Solder. It's going to hurt their offensive line.
But he was a good soldier.
Not their deepest position to begin with. But there is no reason to jump off the Patriots bandwagon at this point. I like the Patriots fairly easily in this one.
Tom Brady didn't lose to Indianapolis when they were Peyton Manning Colts. They're not going to lose to Indianapolis no matter who they put out. They could put out Dan Orlovsky, and they would lose. I'm taking Brady.
All right, Monday night, Giants versus DeMarco Murray. And there's the bell.
Jeff, what?
An angel just got their wings.
Oh.
Evidently, somebody wants to come on set here at
Yeah,
Electric Football.
Somebody's trying to get in the building. We're not stopping taping.
No, we got to finish this. So anyway, Giants very dinged up in the wide receiver core. Cruz has been an injury all season and maybe, for the rest of his career. Odell is gipping around on a hamstring that they say is day-to-day. Reuben Randall is hurt. But Eli Manning is playing at a very high level. Now, what you make of this game is what you make of what the Eagles did against the Saints last week. Is that them turning the corner? Is that DeMarco Murray figuring out his role? Or is that just the Saints suck? I'm going on the Saints suck. The Giants' lack of a pass rush and the JPP thing, obviously hurting them, concerns me, but not enough to pick against them. I got the Giants winning this game and pretty much establishing a lock on the NFC East.
Yeah, I think Eli Manning is playing better than he has in the most recent past. I think it's because he can't rely on his big-time players. He's got to be a little more focused. He can't just chuck the ball up. They seem to be playing a little more focused game on both sides of the ball, just playing better. There's no reason. I think Chip Kelly's on his way out. I don't believe in his system in the NFL, and I'm taking the Giants.
Stu's theory is get rid of your good players and your quarterback will play better. It's an interesting one.
I have theories.
Anyway, we're sorry you missed the first
It
week
was
6
awesome.
Electric Football. It was great, and we were sober. But we're here for you. We love you. Please leave your comments below. One little topic I'd love to start is, what NFL announcers do you hate?
All of them.
My friend used to say Dick Enberg was the devil, and I didn't believe him until I saw Dick Enberg with a tail and horns. But people, I don't really pay attention to it, but people really care about this stuff. So if you want, if you're commenting already, just put in this is the announcer I hate. I hate Michael Kay on ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
But
Right.
but I don't think that
But
plays into the
Are we
NFL
talking
thing.
football? Yeah. I hate John Madden.
That's what
me.
made me think, oh, I used to love the boom, crash, bang, bang.
He started all the nonsense where they just talk.
I loved it.
Shut
Anyway, that's Electric Football. Thanks for being here with us.
Let's
Watch
hope
me
this
do the
loads.
whip.
Bye.
Watch Stu do the nay-nay.